Good morning and welcome to Daily Hope. First of all, thank you to all who have emailed me, sent me a text, or stopped me on the campus to say how much you appreciate receiving these daily reminders of the hope we have in Jesus Christ. It encourages us as a staff to hear from you, so thanks and keep it up. Who are those guys? Is a line from one of my all-time favorite movies, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, played by Paul Newman and Robert Redford. And in the scene I'm thinking of, following a train robbery, our anti-heroes find themselves being hotly pursued by a posse of 6 men with extraordinary tracking skills who are not duped by any of Butch and Sundance's normally effective escape moves. And baffled, the boys utter the infamous line, "Who are those guys?" In our passage this morning, Isaiah 29, God reminds Judah and Jerusalem who they are, Ariel. In fact, he repeats the name for emphasis in verse 1 because they had slipped and were living from a false self and not from their true nature, Lion of God. God's hand of pressure produced moaning and groaning, and he wasn't letting up on Jerusalem. God says, "Jerusalem to me is an Ariel." Like he had done to King David, a man after my heart, God says, God's unrelenting love would bring Judah and Jerusalem to that place of surrender. David was hemmed in and relentlessly pursued by the love of God, as was Israel and as are we. In fact, God tells them, "It will be your enemies who will be beaten to dust. The mob of tyrants will be blown away like chaff, and the mob of enemies at war with Ariel, all who trouble and hassle and torment her, will turn out to be a bad dream, a nightmare," the Message Bible declares. He put the discerning prophets and far-sighted seers to sleep. God's message through Isaiah was like a sealed envelope to the proud and the haughty. And even to this day, when the law is read, a veil covers their eyes so they cannot see, because their hearts are not in it. But we all, who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory, are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit, Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 3. So we too sometimes forget who we are and where we are headed. Our Savior is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and he calls us to live unafraid lives. Because his life flows through us, his Spirit indwells us, he challenges us to be strong and courageous. Our enemy prowls about like a roaring lion, but he is no lion. He pretends to be like one. He has no majestic lion heart, as do we. It is our birthright as sons and daughters of the King of Judah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Jesus Christ. And as Isaiah prophesies, before you know it, without you having anything to do with it, wasted Lebanon will be transformed into a lush garden, and Mount Carmel reforested. And at that time, the deaf will hear. After a lifetime in the dark, the blind will see. The cast-offs of society will be laughing and dancing in God, the scriptures say. The down and outs shouting praise to the Holy One of Israel. For the old is gone and the new has come. Victimization, polarization, marginalization, segregation, all that is opposed to God will be no more, and not even a memory will remain. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more death. God himself will wipe away all tears. And we, his lion-hearted children, will honor him by living lives of holy wholeness, dancing with God, in our God. So, my dear brothers and sisters, remember who you are, and because you are who you are, the enemy fears you. So resist him, firm in the faith, in the strength of the name of the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Jesus Christ. Bless you. I'll see you this weekend at one of the services, or you can watch the service online on the new NCCC app. You can download it today to keep up with all that God is doing in and through us. God bless you, my friends. See you this weekend.